All right, y'all, what's going on? Industrial Dave is back. You see the title, we getting right into it. Why you can't get an interview? Why you can't get a call back? Why? Everybody want to know the why. Here it is right now. You waited too late. When you applied for the job, you saw the job online, you saw it 2 weeks ago, and then you applied. You waited way too late. Y'all see how the economy is, man. Like, people are very desperate. Everybody's looking. You're not the only one looking for a job or somewhere to work, especially if it's a good job. You know what I mean? Like, thousands of people are applying for these positions. I know my uncle told me he's a fire captain for the city of LA. He says they usually get about 14 to 15,000 applicants whenever they throw out something for the fire department. You're waiting too late. Sign up as fast as you can. Or even if you look and you just saw the job, you gotta hurry up and apply. You can't sit there and wait and just say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. By the time you've applied, 40 people have already applied for the position. And then sometimes when they get enough, they'll just close it. So the time you done went to bed and wake up and go to apply, the position isn't even on there no more. You just, you lost a potential opportunity. Another reason, your resume is terrible. And what do I mean by terrible, all right? Let me give you a real few specifics. You just talk about you. Hey, my name is Joe Blow, and I've worked here. I have this and I have that. You're doing it wrong. How are you doing it wrong? Well, Dave's gonna tell you, all right? In your resume, when you apply for the job, you need to scroll down and look for the qualifications, okay? If the qualifications of the job says cabinet making and cooking, you need to literally either cut and paste cabinet making and cooking and place it on your resume, or just type it in there, okay? It's chess. This is chess, not checkers. Well, Dave, I've never been a cabinet maker. Oh, I've never been a cooker. Do you want the job or not? Now, some of you guys are out there like, oh, that's wrong and blah, 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 whatever. That's not the idea. The idea is to get the interview. It's technology, okay? Do you really think people are reading your application? You know what I'm saying? Up to a certain point, yes, they will read your application. But by then, you've probably already had the interview and they've called you for the interview. And now they want to see what you got. But no, nobody's reading these applications. Everything's AI and computer generated. If your specific words are not matching what's exactly in the title, boom, automatically thrown out. And then you wonder when you apply, and then you get a reply back from the company at 12 a.m. at night that says, oh, thank you for applying. Thank you for your interest. But no, thank you. That's why. You think somebody's reading that? No, it's all electronic. So you have to figure out a way to beat the system. It's a game. This is all a game, and you have to know how to play some chess. Take the qualifications and attach them to your resume. I'm telling you, it works every time. Remember, the objective is to get the interview. Now, that's up to you how you do that. You have to know what you're doing and what you're writing on your resume. This is very key. Next, you're not contacting anybody. Well, Dave, how am I supposed to contact anybody? Well, you have to read. A lot of these job postings will have a contact. Not all of them, okay? Don't take this as law. I'm just saying most of them, some of them. When you apply for a job, they'll have a contact. And sometimes they even have a phone number. Contact them. You can call them, you can email them and say, hey, my name is Joe Blow. I just wanted to find out if my application went through. I was having some technical difficulties on my side. I wanted to find out. They're gonna ask, okay, what was your name? Boom, now you just made a conversation. You just let them know who you were. So now automatically they got a name in their head. They got a voice in their head. You already have an edge over other people, but you're not contacting them. You always have to go above and beyond if you want this position or the job. You got to figure it out. Most of the time, again, this is not law. Most of the time when you apply for a position, just keep scrolling and look. You will find a phone number. And sometimes you can even just Google it, just Google the place and ask for HR. You're letting them know that you're interested. And that's honestly how I got my job now. They threw my application to the side because I missed the interview. And I just happened to call the company one more time, and lo and behold, I've been working there for 6 months. So don't be so shy. You have to make some contact. This next one is hit or miss. Now it's your address. Now this can either hurt or help you whenever you put your address on a job application. It's kind of both ways, especially when you're wanting to move out of town. And I'll give you an example for my company, right? So I was living in a whole nother state and I used my address, but they gave me a chance. But some other companies, they might not do that, even though that, let's say they're not going to move you, they're not going to pay for relocation, but you have the money and you want to just get out of town. You just want to get out of where you're at. Sometimes your address can hurt you that way because they'll automatically, again, it could be computer generated. The address will come across, and let's say if you're in Florida or something and they put that they're only looking for addresses in the state of Virginia, you're automatically going to get canceled out, even though that you have plans on moving there. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of an up in the air thing, and it could also help you. So for example, if you're applying for a job and they see that you live out of town and they're not going to pay you to move, and they're like, you know what? We're not going to pay this person, but they're still wanting to come. They're probably going to be a lot more loyal than someone who lives here, right? So you see what I'm saying? It's a give and a take on both ends that can either help or harm you. So I would suggest probably trying out the two. What you can do to try out two is, it doesn't sound funny, but just use 2 different email addresses, right? So apply for the same job with the same resume and just use a different address, right? So, just make a fake address for the address where the job is, and then do one where address out of town, and then see which one hits you up. That's the best way that you can do that. Now, my last tip, this one is for the books. I promise you guys are gonna trip out on this one. When you are filling out a job application, I'm telling you, never, ever, 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 ever. Y'all ready? Do not put your race. Do not put your gender. Are you kidding me? You will never get a call back. Never. It could be controversial, whatever. Whatever you call it, I am telling you the facts. Never put that. Never put your race and never put what gender you are. Now you guys think, oh, well, it's there. No, you don't have to. If you take your little mouse or your finger, whatever you on your phone, and scroll, it gives you the option. It says, I don't want to answer. On both. Even on the race. You don't have, it'll say Hispanic, white, Latino, whatever. I do not wish to disclose. I promise you, if you always put I do not wish to disclose, you are guaranteed to get a call back. Because this is what's going on. All these companies, they have data, they have statistics. And in the times that we're living in, you never know that they're adjusting these things, right? So let's say, hey, we've ran over our stats. We have too many blacks in the office. We have too many whites in the office. We need some more of these. We need some more of that. That could hinder you. And I know it's not fair, but that's just the way. They're not going to say it, but that's just the way it is. That's why they ask for these statistics on jobs, which me personally, I don't agree with. I don't care where you're from. Do you know how to do your job? And as crazy as it might sound, if you put that you're a male, they might have too many males. You put that you're a female, they might have too many females there. It is going to hurt you. I'm telling you, never put it. Remember, the idea is to get the interview. With these facts, okay? You change up and switch your game, I guarantee you, you will see way better results than what you've been seeing. Now, my job is to help you get the interview. Your job is you got to take it from there, right? Once you get the interview, if you did all that stuff on the application and on your resume, now it's time to perform. You're going to have to figure this out. Let them be surprised when you come and they're like, oh, dang, I didn't know he was a man. Well, yeah, who cares? I'm qualified for the job, right? Oh, I didn't know he was a woman. Who cares? I'm qualified for the job. So you're going to surprise them. And then now it's time to talk the talk. You got the interview. That is what you're going to have to do to get out of this, not getting callbacks and emails and all that stuff. And this is for most jobs, okay? Most jobs, you do these things, I promise you, you will see some really good results. And I appreciate you tuning in. I'm your host, Industrial Dave, and this is 6 to 6.